It's all about quality and quantity on Brewsday Tuesday. Here is Huck and Big Nate.
I just
Trim my fingernails. I can't quite get it.
I just noticed something stupid that I do. I'm pretty sure I do it every time. If you're watching on the video, you've noticed it too. What I do when I'm opening my beer for whatever reason, like when the intro is playing, I'll sit there and I'll like pulsate the beer back and forth in the camera. Like, who is this for? Like just trying to match the beat of the
Well, I
music
do
track.
that. I dance. You got to shake it up a little bit for
Yeah,
you.
you can shake it and then shoot it through the ceiling.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, you ever done that? You ever have like a beer that like you weren't expecting it to be as like pressurized as it was, and then it like shoots up? Like I've got stains on our kitchen ceiling
I
from
hang out with
beer.
people that will literally drop a beer, load in the cooler, and you'll say, "Hey, give me a beer," and they'll bring you that one.
Oh, and you know they're
That,
setting you up.
yeah,
Yeah,
they didn't. It wasn't an accident.
it
No.
was entirely on purpose.
Yeah, and then, we have rules. Rules. My house, if you shake one up, put it on the right. Take your beer
Yeah,
from the left, or not.
my
Oh, gotcha.
my strategy is not even that organized. I just leave that one sitting out on a counter until I feel comfortable putting it in the fridge.
I'm not super organized, but I'm pretty good with my beer.
It's a
You,
good
if you look
strategy.
in my beer refrigerator, it's arranged by type, style, age, alcohol content, all these things. I have a
Fizziness.
hierarchy. Yeah, or deliciousness. They're in the back with a piece of paper so you can't see them. I took a picture of the back of the refrigerator and I put it in front of those four beers so that nobody will get them. My daughter will take them. I'll walk in the house and they'll text me, "Can you get a beer?" Yeah, go ahead. And I'll walk in, they'll have like a beer for the show. I'm like, "Why are you drinking that beer?" "Oh, it's the best one in there." "Yeah, it was. We're gonna do it on the show." Damn it. What are you gonna do? But anyway, back to St. Petersburg. I have a list also, just because I'm.
Hold on, we should get the beers
Oh,
first.
sorry, dog. I have the Reef Donkey, which you asked me what that was.
Yeah, what is a reef donkey?
Well, Reef Donkey, of course, is a donkey that you see in the old days, and it could actually had special hooves and could walk on the reefs. So they would throw a big net out to catch fish, and the Reef Donkey would
Bring it back.
bring the net in.
That's I love the inventive spirit of fishermen.
The alternate name is it's actually the Greater Amberjack, which is a vicious species of fish known for its strength and stubbornness. I guess I'm a
That's
reef
where the
donkey.
donkey comes in.
I'm a reef donkey. There you have it. Anyway, they're good for fighting. It says, "Can you eat them?" It says, "Some people like them, some people don't, but always cut the tail off because it's full of worms." I'm not eating a reef donkey.
No, I'll
Not
pass.
going to have that one.
The number one people also ask, what does reef donkey taste like?
Reef donkey.
Oh, thank God they came up with the beer, not the
Oh, okay.
fish itself. That's fascinating. So I've got the prosperity. Oh, that's APA. What's the ABV on that?
I thought it was like five.
Mm,
Who
sounds about right.
knows?
I've got the Prosperity Brewers Intra Coastal. Ah, I see what you did there. Prosperity. It's a Kolsch style blonde ale, 4.5% ABV.
Hmm.
In scenic Boca Raton, it's 5.5%. Yours is
Yeah, I think it's on the internet. I was going to look
with
there.
Motica, Equinaut, and Citra hops.
Motika. I used to date her. She's from somewhere,
Different time.
different place. So anyway, back to St. Petersburg, Florida. Even though these beers are not from actually mine's it's a conspiracy beer. Or yours is. Oh, maybe we're both coughing. We're going to talk about
Real
that.
healthy.
We'll talk about that one show, aren't we?
Yes, we will.
While we missed the show. Sorry, guys. Um, St. Petersburg is actually a very pretty place. The Salvador Dali Museum's there. You haven't been there, you should go. It's amazing. He has these giant pictures, but the details are down to like you have to have a magnifying glass to see them. I estimated there was like $1 billion worth of paintings in that building. They had an armed security guard in every room.
Oh, for sure.
It was the highest security museum I've ever been in, and I've been in a lot. I've actually, when Radford had the Monet, I did the security for that. So I'm aware of how this works.
I didn't love Monet as much. Salvador Dali was just a
Oh, amazing artist
fascinating
and
artist.
crazy guy.
I had a pet anteater. Who has a pet anteater?
He also screwed somebody out of $10,000. Somebody famous. They wanted a piece of his hair, and he sent them something else. It got to $10,000.
I have heard, yes, I've heard that story.
Yeah. So yeah, I follow him on the internet, or a list about him. Also, there's probably, I don't know, 20 breweries in St. Petersburg. Three Daughters being one, St. Pete Brewing. There's a bunch of really good breweries, but we were like looking for something different because I'd been there before 10 or 15 years ago. And we found this brewery. Let me look it up. Called Welton, WELTO Brewing Company and Oyster Bar. Well, Liz has a few things I can do to please her, but one of them is fried oysters. That's like her go to yum yum food. And they're not too high in carbs because we're low carb and we're still losing weight. Thank you, everyone. Anyway, so we go to Welton Brewing Company, get oysters, and we walk in and we sit down, and the guy comes out. He's got an interesting accent. Where are you from? He goes, I'm from Maine. Really? Yeah, and so are the oysters. And so is the what? The lobster. So we're in Florida at the Welton Bar eating lobster rolls and New England clam chowder, which is some of the best I've had, and I have it in New England all the time. And of course, fried oysters, all of which were superb. Beer is young. I'll say that. That'll be
They
gracious.
haven't found their footing.
They're getting there. A couple of them were pretty good, but yeah, they were learning that. And the damn place was full of Yankees.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. And they were all like, they were fine because they went outside, thought everything's cool. Then they came inside because one of them was leaving. And I don't even know what this ritual is where they say goodbye and they don't leave. But it took them like 15 minutes of that, but they finally left.
It's the opposite of a Irish goodbye, which I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, I do the
Dipping
Irish.
out and
See you later.
sending a text message like a little way later.
Where did Nate go? You don't know.
There's gotta be a name for the long goodbye though.
Yeah, there should be. In the South, you say goodbye, then you get out on the porch, you say goodbye, then you walk them to the car and say goodbye. But at least they're moving the whole time.
And
The whole
they're
time they're going out.
But
These people were not.
there is a person who works here, and I don't want to call him out by name on air, Scott, who will have guests here in the studio, and then as he's walking them out, like they will be in their car, window down,
He walked
talking
across
to
the
the
parking lot.
like, I will yell out the window, like, just get in with them and go where they're going. Like
Yeah,
at this
might as
point,
well.
you've joined them on their journey.
Might as well, might as well. But this like the place had the whole family was working there. It was great. I mean, I guarantee you, if you go to St. Petersburg, you need to go to this place and get some lobster because you're not going to get any better lobster in that town. Well, we went to
Bottom feeder,
yeah, I mean, whoa,
food of the peasants.
we did miss. I should look this up. The dive bar I really wanted to do, but we were just too busy drinking at the RV. But let me find this one. Yeah.
They're worth
The Bends. I'm like, I got to go to the Bends, right? Not only that, it's like at the beach almost.
Ooh.
Yeah. So if you're a diver, the Bends are when you go down deep and you come up too fast, you die. You get air in your blood, nitrogen.
And
levels.
apparently it's like a horrific way to die. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not a fun death either.
Oh,
not
yeah.
that death is ever fun. There are certain ways to go out, like instantaneous would be nice.
But here are the names of the dive bars. I don't know if y'all do this when you go somewhere. I always search them. The Bends, Lost and Found, One Eyed Kelly's, and it's like KLLES. It's probably a girl, One Eyed Girl. You don't see a lot of that.
Extra
Dead
humble.
Bob's Bar. I really want to try that. Anyway, I'm just saying, there's places you can go wherever you go and drink. I'm not recommending drinking every day, but hell, it's worked for me for going on 70 years now.
I found this bar on the beach in Outer Banks, and I can't ever remember what it's called.
Pops Raw Bar.
It's literally right on.
Oh,
like it's out on a dock. It's at the very end of the
Okay.
dock. You're actually drinking like out over.
Yeah,
the
I know what you're
ocean.
talking about. It's a one of those pier bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is forever my favorite. It's like not at all a great
How
place, but they
long
get
has it been since you
PBR
were
for like
there?
$1. Is it gone?
That might be gone. Two of them are gone.
I haven't been since I had kids.
Yeah, they're gone.
Damn it!
They're both gone, I think.
I was gonna go this summer.
They're talking about rebuilding the one. Was it down further?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're talking about rebuilding it. It got washed out
I mean, I guess I should have expected that,
in the hurricane. But no,
that's
go to Pop's Raw Bar. It's in Buxton. That's the place. And it's funny because it's a dive bar, but the owner gets mad when you say that. Of course, I didn't say it. Yes, I said it. But it's great. Oh, the food. And my friend, he's a captain down there. He don't get the scallops. They punch him out of a stingray. I'm like, I thought the scallops were good. But yeah, we had seafood several times in St. Petersburg.
Is Pops across from?
The sailboat regatta place.
Yeah. Okay.
There's all kind of sailboats right across. Those guys were in there one night. We had a good time because I'm a sailor, talking sailor stuff, swapping tales of the deep sea.
The one I always like going to is the Sunset Grill.
Sunset Grill's really good.
Their food's good,
tiki
but their
bar-
ridiculous drink
Yeah.
cups are fantastic.
Well, the tiki bar at the Hatteras Ferry, if you got like a 3 ferry wait, hit it on over to the tiki bar. I recommend the any of the tequila drinks. They're perfect for riding on the ferry. Riding on the ferry. It's stormy.
Just go right overboard. You'll be
Oh,
fine.
yeah, so we get to the campsite, and oh yeah, well then I'm changing the story, but a different place. But we're talking about next. So we get to the campsite there. I don't know if I said this in the last one, but it's closed, and it's like national parks. Like we're open at 3. It says on the website. Yeah, I know that. I'm an old man. I get up at 6 a.m. and drive. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get here at 1. Normally I come in because you had checkout time at 12. I can get in 1, but now you lock the gates, and you're not even gonna work there. It's not like you got to sit in a little box. You know,
Yeah.
nobody does. You hang my ticket up on my post. I have to find my own site. I have to walk around like a blind
Yeah.
man with no pole.
Literally doing nothing.
Right. So we go, well, let's go down to Ocracoke. We get there like at 1, park the RV at the airport there in Frisco, and we take the Jeep down and we ride the ferry across. We ride all the way down the beach. We go to Howard's Pub and have lunch and some beers, drive back up the beach. We get on the ferry, 3.5 hour trip. So he's like, that's a long way to drive. I said, no, we didn't. Somebody else drove the boat.
Yeah.
We were only
That's
20 minutes
exactly.
driving each way. It was a great way to kill the afternoon.
No, that's a fantastic way to deal with it.
Yeah.
But then you've got the rigmarole when you get back. It's like, damn, I got to park this RV.
Well, I made Liz drive the Jeep. She says she doesn't like it, but she's never said, no, I won't drive the Jeep.
Well, you may notice the vehicle in the parking
I
lot.
did
Yeah,
know she don't have a Jeep today. I was like,
I've lost custody of the Jeep.
Oh.
It is summer, and Cynthia's fallen in love
you
with the
won't be
Jeep.
seeing the Jeep for a while. My Jeep, by the way, is down in Galax, Virginia, getting new frame parts and a new rear drive shaft, none of which were really broken because that's my baby.
That's the best time to be replacing things is when they're
Right.
not catastrophically failing.
Well, I have my tires changed at a place where you don't want to get an inspection because it costs you a lot.
Yeah.
Which, as Liz says, they're thorough. And so anyway, I got my tires changed, and the mechanic's a buddy of mine. I bring him a 6-pack of beer every time I go, good beer, every time I go by there. And he's like, you need to do something here. I'm like, what? And he shows me. He goes, you got some rust. And so I was at the Jeep show a couple weeks ago, and the guy says, I said, I got this rust. You fix it? He goes, yeah. He goes, well, let's look. He gets some, and he goes, oh, man. He goes, run some water through here, get the mud out of there. So I do, and it's just shooting out like it's a shower head. So I ordered 2 of the front pieces that hold all the stuff together and 2 side rails. And hopefully, I haven't heard from him. It's supposed to be ready soon, but hopefully that fixed everything. But I'm down to 1 vehicle because I keep leaving cars at the campsite. I don't feel like hooking them up to the RV, so I just leave it there.
Just permanent parking.
Permanent parking.
And are we going to charge you?
No.
Do you run a shuttle?
Yeah.
Everybody park at Huck.
We sell ourselves. Yeah, come on up. We'll go on the river. Go on the river. We're going to go on the river. Might go this weekend. If I get the RV back. Might go anyway. Because I go there, I come home on the river. I can come home on the river from my campsite.
Yes, you can.
Yes, I can. It's deluxe.
That's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. There ain't no shuttle on our trips. Don't have to shuttle. The shuttle is, I go from home to home.
That's I always see one of those things that kind of always sticks out to me is I can't remember where it was. It was in Florida. It was a guy who jet skied to work every day. That was his commute, was just he would hop on a jet ski and go to work. And he was not it wasn't like he was working in a surf shop or something. He was doing an office job, but That was how he beat traffic.
Okay.
Was he just jet ski to work?
I need your opinion on this. My campsite on New River. Should I get a jet ski?
Is there any law prohibiting them?
I don't think so. People said they've seen them there. I've never seen one. But we're in a big still water place, like a quarter mile each direction. It's pretty. People drive motorboats real fast up and down. Think I could drive a jet ski?
I think you can and should.
Anybody out there got a jet ski they want me to borrow for a couple days?
See what happens. It's better.
I'll-
It's better to ask forgiveness than to ask.
I'll
for
try
permission.
to make sure it's okay when I get it back. Oh, I forgot about I didn't
Look,
talk.
wanted to go.
We didn't talk about the camping.
No, we did not.
Okay, so we're staying at KOA.
Oh, classic.
Hey, if you're a KOA park owner, you might want to turn your phone off right now and not listen to this part. I hate KOA. But we missed the really cool park right next to the state park, right next to the Blues thing, which might have made it better. We gotten in there. It's only 4 or 5 miles, but no, we had to be 20, 30 miles away. But the KOAs, so I'm like, I'm usually pretty tight. I'm like, well, regular size like 108. But for $20 more, you can have one on the waterway. Yeah, okay, not really. Then for $50 more, you can have one with a patio and a little cover area and maybe a swing. So I went with the middle thing. I was like, okay, I just like a view of the water. Well, my view of the water was approximately 10 feet before it hit the mangroves or whatever these places
Oh
are,
yeah.
right? And so I'm driving through, we got there in the afternoon, went right to the show. We got there at 1 o'clock, with 12, and went right to the show. So got back after dark. So the next day, we didn't go. So I'm wandering around. I went out and walked. I haven't done that in a while. Went walking around Kansas, and I noticed that I would have been better off getting the cheap site right behind the really expensive site because nobody's in those, and you'd have the big old view.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have the swing and all that, but no, they gave it, and there was probably 10 of the sites I picked, and 3 of them didn't have a view, and I was in the middle of those 3.
That's why they won't let you see the sites before you.
I know. Well, a lot of places, the Corps Engineers are really good at that. I highly recommend Corps Engineers for any campsite because they're not going to be there just like the Rangers.
Yeah.
But the sites are great. You got to be a little bit careful with your alcohol, which we don't drink there because you're not allowed
No,
to.
you're not allowed to. It's against the rules.
Against the rules, so we don't drink there. But yeah, that was something. So, but the only good thing about it was right across from our campsite was the ice machine. That's one of the things you do when you camp. I don't know if you're a camper. Every day you got to go to get ice and wood, ice and wood, ice and wood. Same at the river. We have an ice machine, but it doesn't make enough to keep the beer cold. So yeah, so you just go over there and fill this big old huge bag up with ice. Pretty cool. The guy next to me, he's like, I don't know how much it is. I'm not buying it. I'm like, what? Stick your credit card in there and you'll find out how much it is.
I mean,
I actually never looked.
nobody's charging $50 for ice. Like,
Hey, you never know.
Yeah,
This is Florida.
that's true.
I went to Marion campground. Everything was $7. Hungry mother. She must be hungry. Everything's wood. Going to all that, everything's. But anyway, so my recommendation is if you go to St. Petersburg, don't go to the Blues Festival. Don't go to any festival at the Vinoy Park. It's owned by the city, and they hate you if you're handicapped. The whole city, all the cops, the government, they do not like you. They charge you a lot of money, and you won't get any fun. Very little fun.
And I bet that parking garage was also run by the city.
Oh, absolutely. City parking garage, yes.
Yeah.
So don't do any of this. Do something else. But go to the Dolly Museum.
So go to the Dolly Museum.
Go to all the
for
brewery.
sure.
Have a good time.
That Salvador was a hell of an artist.
He was amazing.
I mean, one of my favorites. Not my absolute favorite.
But we did back in the day we did that the contest for the kids. I can't remember the name of it. But anyway, every year different themes, and one of them was the impressionist artists. Be something impressionist. And so I learned all about the impressionist artists, teaching them all about the impressionist artists. And so I like Renoir and Raphael and all these guys. Of course, Michelangelo is probably my favorite artist. I mean, he did the Sistine Chapel.
On his back.
Yeah, and he also went back and redid it.
And it's not like he had a scissor lift or a cherry picker. Those were like wooden scaffolding that he had to lay on his back.
He probably invented a cherry picker. You think about it, he probably invented like levitation. The guy was super smart. He invented a helicopter back then. But we should do a show about Michelangelo.
Not Michelangelo. You're thinking Da Vinci.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, tricked me. But
They're
yeah,
Italian. They're old. Hey, when you have to be my age, I'm gonna be 10 in dog years.
man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Physically, I'd like to be 10 now. The energy my
Oh, I know.
5-year-old has every morning. It's like, where that? Give me some of that.
I know. We go up to see the band. They got a band up at the campground in Eggleston Springs, and the 3-year-old dances the whole time. The head lead singer came out and started singing to him. That's how good he was dancing. He goes, "I'm a grandpa too." Then he called my friend James a grandpa. That was funny. I'm like, no, it's me. Funny. He does look old. Sorry, James. He
I say
probably,
you don't look old. I still every time you tell me your age, I don't believe you.
I don't know.
I'm gonna need to see some identification.
I
All I'm saying.
refuse. I refuse. That's one of my things. I won't show my ID for a beer. If you don't think I'm old enough, then don't give me a beer. I'll go somewhere else with my 50 friends, and I'm picking up the tab and tipping. Guess what? You didn't get either. There's just no need. Even the government says it's, if you look over 40, you're fine.
Well,
I'm pretty sure I look over 40.
common sense isn't that common though, Huck.
No, it's uncommon. Yeah, I can't think of what else annoyed me about. Oh, the festival, the porta potties. All this is a yeah. All the handicap porta potties wouldn't lock. They were all broken.
Well, in case someone got stuck in there and needed help.
I guess, but of course, everybody got to see everybody's stuff. A lot of junk showing going on.
I've
Yeah, I was in one of them, and I'm not as visually handicapped as most people, and I don't always wear my oxygen. I hate when the end of it falls into the porta potty. So I've been in one of the porta potties peeing. I come out and it's a guy in a wheelchair. I felt kind of bad. I did hold the door for him.
make a big show like oxygen, help.
Yeah, I didn't even do that. I mean, I had it on. I wasn't wearing it. I put it around my neck, but I depends on where. At sea level, I'm pretty good. Up here in the mountains, not so much.
And I'm telling you, man, you got to get at sea level just permanently.
That's what
I
I'm
mean, I
thinking.
don't want you to move away.
I'll dig a hole.
I'll move with you. There we go. We'll just dig a
I'll
hole.
get one of those big giant diggers. Just dig and dig and dig till I'm 300 feet down. Actually, I got to go about 1,500
We'll
feet.
call it the bear den.
Beer den.
Beer den.
Anyway, we've probably gone too long as usual.
We have, but it's
We
been
took a week
fun, so
off,
I'm
so we
not
got to do
complaining.
extra.
Yeah, exactly. We got to rate these beers though before we got here. Oh, by the way, he's Huck's Beer Buzz on Untapped. I'm Big Nate Danger. We never went through that in the first part, but you know who we are.
You know who we are. You know what it is. Look it up. Untapped. And if you sign up, they'll send you a bunch of emails you don't want.
It's true.
I got some today, actually. So, yeah, this is, okay. So back to the Reef Donkey just for a second. I have to elaborate a little bit. So Mike's weather page, spaghetti weather. You should, if you like to follow hurricanes, I'm wearing this t-shirt, as a matter of fact. I don't know if you can see it. I'm not looking at myself, so I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. So
Mike's weather page, Storm Chasers with a donkey.
yeah, he's a drunk donkey. So one time, like it was probably 10 years ago, he did something and he gets like, he's got 1 million followers. I don't know, 500. He's got a lot. Anyway, so the local news lady said, "Don't listen to that drunk donkey." But in that particular instance, he turned out to be right, and all the models were wrong. And he says, if you watch him, sometimes he is drunk, and he's good, but he'll say, "I'm not a weatherman. I'm not a meteorologist. I just like to follow this, and that's what I do. And I'll put all the charts up. You make your own decisions. I'm gonna tell you what I think, but you don't have to believe it, and don't make any life and death decisions over what I say." But anyway, so the caster called him a drunk donkey. She later apologized, like 2 years later, but she finally did apologize. But he took it as stride. I've had this shirt for a while. The drunk donkey.
I dig it.
Reef donkey, drunk donkey. All right, so what are we gonna do next couple weeks? We don't know.
Well, have you rated that beer yet? The Reef Donkey.
Didn't rate it?
Yeah.
See, that's where you can see my age right there. I'll give it a 5. I'm a
5.
fan. It's a good beer. It's good pale ale. Pale ale is my favorite style. We don't drink them that often here.
We don't. We should.
We should have a pale ale show.
Definitely, we could do that.
Yeah.
I'd be down. Kolsch, not my favorite style, not my least favorite style.
I'm a fan.
It's one of those where it's a good safety beer. Like if you're planning a party and you're having people and you don't know all their tastes, Kolsch is a great way to go.
Fits right in there between lagers
Yeah.
and everything. Yeah.
It's an easy drinker.
Yep.
I'll go ahead and give it a 4. It's pretty damn good. So Prosperity Brewers Inter Kolsch Ale.
That's a good name for a horse. Prosperity.
Prosperity.
Yeah.
Last place in the
Yeah.
Kentucky Derby, #1, Elmer's Glue.
Homer's.
Let's get it for Brewsday Tuesday. We'll be back again next week with
Something.
it'll be something. We'll figure it out. And
We
we'll
got
get
a
back
couple
to you.
shows lined up. They'll be great. They'll be huge.
Thanks, Huck.
Bye.
Bye.